Off my coat while I'm waiting. All right, welcome to Pioneer Field here tonight, folks. And with just about 16 seconds to go, we'll do my usual preview of the game today. I'll be your commentator for tonight, Micah Schimmel on the mic, and tonight it'll be the Nebraska City Pioneers versus Conestoga. Before the game, I asked Coach Glassford a few questions, so I'm going to go over them right now while we're waiting for the game to start here. The previous game result, Nebraska City beat College View 11-1. A little bit of history for both teams here. Nebraska City has had a total of 18 goals so far on the season, but it has not translated into many wins yet. 1-4 on the season so far for them. They have 8 returning seniors, and historically, Conestoga has come away with more wins. Home field advantage, though, could sway the game. And Nebraska City haven't matured over the past season. Xander is a good player for them. That would be Xander. That would be number 7. That'll be him. And they are going to be running a 3-2-4-1 tonight. And that formation basically means 3 defenders, 2 defending midfielders, 4 attacking midfielders, and 1 striker. Conestoga is 2-3 on the season and look pretty tough. They only lost 1-0 to Gross Catholic, whereas Nebraska City got beaten by Gross 7-0. And they have lost quite a few starting seniors. We are going to prepare for a tough battle tonight as Nebraska City takes on Conestoga.
And now for the starting line for the home team, the Nebraska City Pioneers.
All right. Tonight's starting matchup, that'll be number 4, Juan Marquez, number 5, Connor Knutson, and number 6, Keelan Edwin, number 7, Xander Bouchoun, number 0, Jaden Jewell, number 10, Julian Rodriguez, number 11, Oscar Gonzalez, number 14, Daniel Gonzalez, number 17, Edgar Ruiz, number 28, Luis Acevedo, and number 29, Jimmy Velasquez.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise and direct your attention to the American flag as we honor our country with the play of the national anthem by our very own Dave Pearl.
Here comes the national anthem here. We'll be right back. All right, Conestoga and Nebraska City gonna take the field here. It's expected to be a close game tonight between the two, and it will most surely be an interesting one tonight. Mm. Conestoga gonna kick it off here. Perfect conditions here for some soccer tonight. Nice and cool out there. All right, Conestoga kicking it off here. In Nebraska City, right on the attack. But Conestoga, they kick it up here, but that'll be intercepted by Nebraska City. And they're going to go right on the attack now. But Conestoga, they steal it out from under them. They're passing it forward here. Oh, a nice pass there from Conestoga. And Conestoga are on the attack. But that will be stolen out from under them by Nebraska City. And they kick it past Conestoga. Nebraska City, it's their turn now to attack. And Conestoga, they pass it here. And they're going to almost get it through there. But they will not. Nebraska City passing the ball around here, trying to find the hole. Pass it back. Safe play there. City with the ball here. Trying to regain control. Passing it up. Passing it around here. Nebraska City playing it patient, playing it safe. Try to pass it. Will they get there in time? They will. That ball will not go out of bounds. Nebraska City fast on the ball. They try to pass it, but there's nobody there. Conestoga now on the attack. But Nebraska City, they're going to kick it out here. And that will be a throw-in for Conestoga. Conestoga aggressive out the gate. Conestoga with a throw-in, and it's a nice one too. But Jaden Jewell will not manage to pick that one up, but he will save it there. Close call there for Nebraska City. Large kick into the sky there from Jaden Jewell. And that ball is going to go out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga fast with the throw-in, but that ball is going to go out of bounds. Did not manage to corral it. That could have been a golden opportunity for them to score over there, but it will not happen. Jaden Jewell going to set the ball on the ground this time, hoping to avoid the mistake he made last time. See if he can do it. Jaden Jewell with the kickoff here. And that will be corralled by Conestoga. Conestoga on the attack, playing it safe, passing it back. Passing it forward now, but that will be almost gotten by Nebraska City. But Conestoga managed to maintain control, but the ball is forced out of bounds by Nebraska City. And I do believe that is a Conestoga throw, and that will be the case. Conestoga with the big throw in here, but Nebraska City is going to header that ball out of bounds for a Conestoga corner kick. Conestoga with the corner kick here. They do like to make these plays, folks. These are where the Conestoga wants to score their points. Conestoga with the corner kick. And it will be saved there by Jaden Jewell. A good play there. Nebraska City with the ball. And they steal out from under Conestoga. Now Nebraska City here. What do? They pass it back. Playing it safe. Conestoga on the attack, but they kick the ball all the way up there. And that's way past Conestoga's defense. Nebraska City header the ball forwards. And that ball will be gotten by Conestoga here. And it looks like a Nebraska City player might have headed the ball too hard there, but gonna get back onto the field here. Conestoga with the ball here. And they're playing defensive now. But they get the ball past Nebraska City. Conestoga with the ball. They try to shoot, but they will miss. Now Jaden Jewell with the goal kick there. A close call there. Jaden Jewell with the goal kick there. Does not manage to get past Conestoga. They headed the ball forward. And Conestoga getting physical out there. But Nebraska City managed to wrangle the ball and almost get it past Conestoga. Conestoga passing it up. And Nebraska City, they managed to get that ball and are maneuvering around the defense. Trying to maneuver on the defense right now. But Conestoga, they almost get that one. And Nebraska City header the ball forwards. Nebraska City with the ball. Pass the ball up, but that will be gotten by Conestoga. And passed back into Nebraska City's defense. Nebraska City now with the ball. Passing the ball back and managing to get it forward there. Now Nebraska City is going to try to get back on the offensive here. Nebraska City with the ball here. Passing it up here. Gonna try to get it past the two defenders here. But they pass it back. And now they do a big pass up there. Now Conestoga has to regroup here. And they manage to get it past Nebraska City. And now Conestoga is going to get the ball way past Nebraska City's defense. But Jaden Jewell, he's going to scoop that up there. And is going to kick the ball right out of there. Sky high. Almost past Conestoga's defense there. Nice kick there from Jaden Jewell. And Nebraska City, they pass the ball past Conestoga. It's a 1v2 here for Nebraska City. But they do not manage to get the ball out from under them. But they intercept the pass from Conestoga. And they shoot. But that ball will be a miss. Julian Rodriguez there with the shot. Conestoga with the goal kick here. And a nice one at that too. Conestoga now have to be careful here. Nebraska City being very aggressive out here. Conestoga, big kick there. And it gets past Nebraska City's defense. Conestoga now on the attack. But Jaden Jewell, he's going to scoop that one up. What a play from him. Big kick there, and it's going to go out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with the throw-in and the header. Going to try to corral the ball, but the ball will be forced out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in this time. Nebraska City, quick throw-in there. That would be Oscar Gonzalez there with a throw-in, but the ball is forced out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga taking their time with the throw-in here, looking for the open spot. And they do get it past Nebraska City's defense, but that ball is going to go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Oh, what's this? Looks like it was a Conestoga throw-in. And now Conestoga have the ball here. Nebraska City, though, they're managing to keep control of the ball. And they're going to go upfield now. But the ball hits a Nebraska City player. An unfortunate play there from Nebraska City. And Conestoga will get the throw-in here. Conestoga trying to pass there. But Nebraska City, they're on the attack. And they were trying to be quick there. but they are going to force the ball out of bounds. Xander Bradshaw with the attempted shot there. Oh, Nebraska City almost managing to get the ball out from under Conestoga, but Conestoga forced the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with the throw-in. And the good pass there from Nebraska City. Big boot there from Nebraska City, but that ball is going to go out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga playing it safe, just going to pass it there. And it looks like that will almost work for Conestoga. Nebraska City steal it out from under them, but that is going to go out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga playing it extremely safe here, trying to find the hole and go back on the offensive. Nebraska City almost managing to steal the ball out from under them again there, but Conestoga, they header the ball forward. Conestoga on the attack, and they are fast. Conestoga gonna try to shoot here. They will miss though. And there will be a goal kick here for Jaden Jewell. First 10 minutes of this game have been nonstop back and forth here in Nebraska City. It's only been 10 minutes, but the tension is tight. Conestoga with the attempted shot, but that will not go anywhere. It will only go through the goalposts. Nebraska City goal kick here. And now Conestoga after intercepting that ball will try to get past Nebraska City here. And Conestoga now on the attack, but Nebraska City, they intercept the pass there. And now we're gonna header the ball forwards, but Conestoga, they steal it out from under them, only for Nebraska City to steal it back. Nebraska City now on the attack, getting past the Conestoga defense there. Nebraska City gonna be tripped up there, but it looks like there will be no penalty there. Nebraska City, big kick from them. And they are going to go back on the offensive. Conestoga try to pass, but there's nobody there. Nebraska City on the attack. Big boot from them trying to pass the ball. But it will be intercepted by Conestoga. Oh, but Nebraska City now on the attack. They try to shoot, and that will be off the goalpost. My goodness, what a save from Conestoga. And there will be a goal kick for Conestoga. That was a close call for Conestoga. A nice shot there for Nebraska City. Kyson Adams subbing in here. Conestoga with the goal kick here. Have to be careful. A close call there from them. Conestoga managing to get the ball out from under Nebraska City, but Nebraska City, they managed to pass the ball up here. And that will go nowhere as Conestoga intercepted. Conestoga with the ball here. Getting the ball past the Nebraska City defense. But there will be a Nebraska City player there to get that ball and force the 1v1 and try to pass it up. But Conestoga, they're ready for it. And now try to shoot from deep. Conestoga with the first point of the game. And it was a nice kick too. Conestoga up 1-0 here after the nice kick there. Looks like a sub coming in here for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the kickoff this time. And they are going to kick it deep into their defense here. Gonna manage to corral it there. And they try to get it past Conestoga's defense from deep. And they manage to do so. Nebraska City now on the attack. And they are going to be quick on this offensive. But Conestoga, they're ready for it and are now on the attack. Conestoga with the ball here. They managed to pass it forward there. The ball is going to go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw in. Nebraska City with the throw in here. And a good track down there with the throw in here. Nebraska City got to track down that ball. And they managed to do so before it gets out of bounds. That pass will be intercepted by Conestoga. And now Conestoga are on the attack. That ball will be kicked way up in the air. Who's going to get it? Conestoga managed to head to the ball, but it will go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw in. Looks like the referee is going to signal a kick instead of a throw in here for Nebraska City. It's Oscar Gonzalez to kick that there for Nebraska City. And the deep kick there from Oscar Gonzalez. But the ball will be challenged by Nebraska City. And Nebraska City, they get it out from under Conestoga. Trying to pass there, but Conestoga, they get it and boot it all the way up there. Conestoga on the attack, looking for their second goal. But they will be tripped up by Nebraska City. Jaden Jewell there with the catch for a goal boot. Nebraska City with the ball here. And they kick the ball out of bounds for Conestoga throw in. Conestoga with a quick throw in there. And they will get past Nebraska City for Nebraska City's defense. Nebraska City, though, they kick it out of bounds for a Conestoga throw in. Hoping to regroup here. Nebraska City blocked the throw in there from Conestoga. And they managed to almost get it past them, but Conestoga managing to get the ball off at Nebraska City. Conestoga with the pass there. They try it with a deep shot, but that ball will not go anywhere, and it will be picked up by Jaden Jewell. Jaden Jewell with the big kick here. And Conestoga are just going to knee it past them there. Ooh, but Nebraska City, they managed to block it there, and Conestoga have to pass it back. Nebraska City being aggressive here, even still on the defensive. Conestoga with the deep pass there, but it will slip past them and get to Nebraska City's goalkeeper, Jaden Jewell. Conestoga tried to header the ball forward, but it will go backwards. However, it will pay off for Conestoga, as Conestoga now are back on the attack, on the offensive. Nebraska City with the pass there. But it will be intercepted by Conestoga. Now Conestoga have the ball, but it will be stolen off of them by Nebraska City. Nebraska City driving forward. And they're fast. They're trying to get the ball past Conestoga. There are too many defenders there. And now Conestoga are going to go right back on the offensive. Conestoga with the ball here. The deep shot. And that will be picked up by Jaden Jewell. Another deep kick from Jaden Jewell. But Conestoga will intercept it. And they will make Nebraska City go back on the offensive here. After that block, Nebraska City get the ball past Conestoga's defense. But that ball will go out of bounds for a Conestoga throw on. Conestoga going to have a sub here. Conestoga taking their time with the throw in here. Making sure to get that right. But the ball will be forced out of bounds by a Nebraska City block. Conestoga quick on the throw in this time. But Nebraska City are going to force it out of bounds again. Conestoga, the third throw in a row. And third time is not the charm for Conestoga. The ball is forced up by Nebraska City. And now Conestoga trying to pass the ball around here. They almost almost get through the Nebraska City defense here. As Nebraska City now have the ball. Managing to get the ball around the Conestoga attackers. Conestoga trying to header the ball, but it will get past Conestoga. Conestoga now have to corral that ball. Nebraska City managing to kick the ball out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga going to try to be quick here, but Nebraska City are going to manage to group up here, and they're going to try to go back on the offensive. Conestoga with a throw-in. Two Nebraska City attackers right there. They're going to get the ball off of Conestoga. And now it's deep in Conestoga's defense. But Conestoga, they managed to loop around Nebraska City's attack and pass the ball beautifully through them. But Nebraska City, they steal the ball off of Conestoga and are going right back on the attack. But Conestoga, they managed to intercept the ball and are now playing it extremely defensively. Conestoga, though, they managed to find the target and they get it through. But Conestoga's pass is going to go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with the quick throw-in, but that's immediately gotten by Conestoga, only for Nebraska City to intercept the pass after. Conestoga with another throw-in here. And it was almost a nice throw-in there, but Conestoga are going to have to pass the ball back. But Conestoga, they get the ball past the Nebraska City offensive, and now Nebraska City have to go back on the defense. Nebraska City with a big kick there, and they are now primed to go back on the attack. They force the ball past Conestoga's defense, but the ball is going to go out of bounds for another Conestoga throw-in. And Conestoga are going to be fast about it. Nebraska City tried to header the ball, but will not get past them, and they kick the ball high up in the sky, and Conestoga now have it. And when it would appear, the referee is signaling an advantage for Conestoga. And now Conestoga are going to get a kick here from about the 40-yard line. They might just try to kick it from here all the way to the goal. It would be a far kick, but not out of the question here for Conestoga. Conestoga with a big kick here, and Nebraska City, they header the ball to their own goal. What a play there from Conestoga. With the deep kick there, they take the lead 2-0 all the way from the 40-yard line. Now Nebraska City, they're going to have to recover here. Already down 2. And just about half of the first half to go. Nebraska City kick it deep into their defense. And now to get out of there. Nebraska City being extremely careful here. Conestoga, though, going to kick it. But it's not going to get past Nebraska City. Conestoga going to have the ball almost stolen off of them by Nebraska City. But Nebraska City are being extremely aggressive. Conestoga with the ball. They pass the ball up, but it will be intercepted by Nebraska City. And now Nebraska City with the ball here, trying to be more careful with it. But Conestoga is going to steal it right off of them and go right back on the offensive. Almost going to get past Nebraska City's defense there. And Conestoga are going to pass. And now they're going to try to cross, but it will not go. And the ball will go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Xander Brashaw is going to come back in here. Deep kick there from Jaden Jewell, and that will be immediately headed by Conestoga. Conestoga with the ball here, and the chance to score a third point in this first half. Conestoga charging through Nebraska City's defense, but Jaden Jewell with the nice save there. Jaden Jewell gonna kick the ball high up into the sky there, and Conestoga will end up getting the ball here. Conestoga with the ball. They headed the ball, and it's a nice one too, but it's going to be intercepted by Nebraska City and kicked out of bounds. Conestoga with the throw-in, and they were close there, but it's going to be a Nebraska City goal kick here. Nebraska City, big kick there. Does not get past Conestoga, though. Conestoga tripped, though. They tripped Nebraska City, and now Nebraska City is going to get a kick here. Nebraska City going to simply pass off of the kick. Might try for the deep shot here, but they fake it. And now Conestoga have to be careful here. Nebraska City with the pass. Gets past Conestoga. Nebraska City, they cross. And now with the shot. The ball is going to go through the goalposts instead of into the goal. Julian Rodriguez with the shot here there. That will go through the goalposts and not into the goal. And that will be no points. Nebraska City with the corner kick here. This is their chance to perhaps score a point. Nebraska City with the kick. And they almost get it in there. A close call for Conestoga. Oh, but Nebraska City are not done yet. They steal the ball off of Conestoga. But Conestoga, they manage to get the ball off of Nebraska City. And are now on the offensive. Nebraska City with the pass there, but it will be headed by Conestoga. Two Nebraska City defenders right there. Conestoga, though, managing to get it past them and pass it up. Conestoga back on the attack. And now Nebraska City have to try to desperately pass here. But Conestoga, they're going to stay firm and are going to try to shoot it all the way from out there. But Nebraska City is going to manage to scoop up the ball. And a nice kick there is going to be intercepted by Conestoga and headed. Now Conestoga back on the attack. And they're going to try to cross there. But that will be gotten by Nebraska City. And it will be through the legs of Conestoga. Now Conestoga have to force the ball back. And Conestoga's goalkeeper is going to have to bail them out. And pass the ball and rocket the ball back up to Conestoga. Conestoga with the ball. But Jaden Jewell is going to intercept the attempted pass there. And is going to scoop it up. And the ball will be kicked up high in the sky by him. Now Nebraska City on the attack here. Trying to get around Conestoga. Jukes the Conestoga defense. Nebraska City, a good pass there. But they try to pass again, but Conestoga is going to get it. But the ball is going to be out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Going to be a sub here for Nebraska City and Conestoga. Nebraska City with the throw-in. Juan Acevedo is going to be the sub for Nebraska City here. They with the throw-in for Nebraska City. But it's going to be gotten almost by Conestoga. Nebraska City almost managing to force it outside there. But Conestoga, they get to the ball first. And now Nebraska City are back on the attack. Going absolutely blazing down the field. And are getting physical. Conestoga forced the ball out of bounds, though, for Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with the throw-in here. And they are going right on the attack. The ball will be going out of bounds for a Conestoga goal kick. Conestoga with the big goal kick here. And that's almost headed by Conestoga forward. But it will go, fortunately for them. Conestoga on the attack. They are fast. They try to pass there, but it will be intercepted by Nebraska City. And now Nebraska City, they get the out of danger here off of two good plays there. Now Nebraska City, they have the ball here, but what will they do with it? The ball will be gotten by Conestoga. They'll steal it off them, but Nebraska City will steal it back and are now back on the attack. They are going to get the ball past Conestoga here, and they're going to try with a deep shot, but the ball will hit the goal post. And Conestoga is going to have a goal kick there. Another close call for Conestoga there. Juan Marquez with the shot there, and it was almost a goal. Nebraska City back on the attack after the Conestoga goal kick. But Conestoga is going to steal it right off of them and pass it right through the defense. Conestoga back on the attack, but Jaden Jewell is going to get there first. And the big kick from Jaden Jewell is going to be gotten by Conestoga. Now Conestoga are back on the attack, but the ball will go out of bounds. Conestoga headers the ball, but there's nobody there. Now Nebraska City are going to have it. Nebraska City with the big kick there, but Conestoga is going to get it. And now Nebraska City is going to try to steal the ball off of Conestoga. Nebraska City managed to do so. Nebraska City with the big steal there and are now on the offensive. Nebraska City try to pass here, and it will be a successful one. And are now going to go back on the offensive. Conestoga, though, managed to steal it from Nebraska City, but Nebraska City do not care, and they're going to go back on the attack. But Conestoga, their defense stays tight here, and they're going to kick the ball far up the field. But Nebraska City and Conestoga trips up there, and it's going to be either a Conestoga throw-in or a Conestoga kick here. Let's see what the refs decide to go with. Looks like it's going to be a second before we find out as they try to get the ball here. Conestoga is going to get a kick here from around the 25-yard line. They did one earlier from about the 40. This is around half the distance. Conestoga gonna try with the big kick here, and it's going to be gotten by Jaden Jewell. And it's going to be another big kick, this time from Jaden Jewell. And Nebraska City now have the ball, and they're going to kick it right past Conestoga's defense. But Conestoga's goalkeeper, he's going to get there first, and he is going to throw the ball out to his defense. Conestoga with the ball here, getting it past Nebraska City's offensive. And now Conestoga is going to go back on the attack, but Nebraska City's defense managing to scoop it up off of them. And now Nebraska City's back on the attack. Nebraska City on the attack, but Conestoga is going to intercept that, and they're going to block the pass afterwards. Now Conestoga is going to do a deep pass here, but it's going to be gotten by Nebraska City, but Conestoga is going to steal it right off of them. It's going to be a trip here for Nebraska City. It's going to be a kick here for Conestoga. Looks like the referee and Nebraska City player getting into a discussion here. But Conestoga is going to get the kick from around the 15-yard line here, just about. And we saw them shoot one from about 25 earlier, so I do not see a reason why Conestoga would not do it. Number 7, Dylan, is going to be shooting it for Conestoga here, but it's going to be intercepted by Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the big kick here. Nebraska City, big kick there. But it's going to be blocked by their own player. And now Conestoga is going to have the goal kick. Is going to have a throw in here. Excuse me. Conestoga with the pass there. But it's going to be scooped up by Nebraska City. Now Nebraska City have the ball here. Gage Kelly going to get that one scooped up for Conestoga. And now Nebraska City going to header the ball forward, but that will be intercepted by Conestoga. And now Conestoga are back on the attack, but Jaden Jewell is going to get there first for Nebraska City, but that ball is going to be kicked high up again by Jaden Jewell. And now Conestoga will have the ball here, but it's going to be a Nebraska City throw-in. Looks like a sub coming in here for Nebraska City. Kyson Adams coming in here for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the throw-in. And a nice pass there, too, from Nebraska City. Nebraska City on the offensive here. Managing to get the ball past one Conestoga defender. Past three, but it will not get past the fourth. And Conestoga is going to pass it up. Conestoga managing to get the ball past Nebraska City's defense here. And now they have a chance to shoot and score. But the ball will be forced out of bounds for a Conestoga corner kick. There's going to be a sub here for Conestoga this time. Braden Martins is going to be the sub for Conestoga there. Conestoga try to get the ball in there. The ball is going to be forced out by Nebraska City. Now Conestoga are just going to kick the ball back and then kick it back forward with a big kick. But Nebraska City is going to steal it off of them. Nebraska City now with the ball. And they get it past Conestoga here with the header. And now the ball is going to go out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in here. Looks like the ref is signaling a Nebraska City throw-in here. An odd call there by the referee. Not sure I agree. But now Nebraska City is going to have the ball after they steal off of Conestoga. Now Nebraska City with the ball here. But they're not going to get the ball past Conestoga. Now Nebraska City have to play it smarter. They're going to kick the ball deep, but the ball is going to go out of bounds for a Conestoga goal kick. That attempt was from Juan Marquez there. A solid attempt from him. Now Conestoga is going to have the goal kick here. And with about 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go, Nebraska City down by 2 here. They need a point here if they want to stay in this game. Looks like a penalty here. That's going to be on Killian Edwarne. And now Conestoga is going to have a kick here from about the 45-yard line. And Conestoga is just going to pass here. And a large pass it is. Almost getting it all the way past Nebraska City's defense. But now Jaden Jewell is just going to try to boot it deep. And he manages to get it past Conestoga's attacker. And now Nebraska City almost managing to get it past Conestoga there. But Conestoga is going to be able to regroup here. And is going to pass it back to their goalkeeper. Conestoga's goalkeeper forcing Nebraska City forward. But Nebraska City's going to steal it off of them. And now they shoot. But Conestoga's goalkeeper, he is going to block that kick from Nebraska City. What a save there. And now Nebraska City is Julian Rodriguez there with the shot. And it was almost a goal there. And now Nebraska City is going to have a corner kick. Nebraska City with a chance to score here with just about 2 minutes to go here in the game. Nebraska City trying to header the ball in, but it will not go. And now the ball will go out of bounds for another Nebraska City corner kick here. Juan Martens went with the shot there. Marquez, excuse me. Nebraska City with the corner kick there, immediately headed by Conestoga. And now Nebraska City have to be more careful on the offensive here. Conestoga with the ball. And they're going to kick it way past Nebraska City's defense, but the ball will go out of bounds before Conestoga can follow up. And now Nebraska City is going to have a throw-in with 2 minutes left to go in the first half here. Nebraska City with the throw-in, and they get it past one Conestoga defender, but they will not get it past two, and now Conestoga is on the attack. Conestoga almost managing to get it past Nebraska City's defense there, and they will. Conestoga with a deep shot, and now Conestoga have 3 points in the first half with a nice shot. Conestoga up 3-0 in the first half here of the game. And if Nebraska City don't get a point here soon, it could already be over, but there's still a chance here with about 1:35 or maybe for Nebraska City to score here. They have had a few shots on goal so far. Let's see if they can manage to do it. Nebraska City with the ball here. They try to pass, but there's nobody there. Or is there? Nebraska City manages to get the ball. But Conestoga, they block it. And now Conestoga are on the attack. Oh, and a physical collision there. And now Conestoga is going to get another kick here off of the trip. Conestoga might try to shoot it all the way from the 30 or from around the 35. They're going to instead pass it past their own offense. And now Nebraska City is going to get a kick. 48 seconds here to go in the first half, and they might just try to run out the clock and go into halftime down 3-0. Conestoga managing to intercept the goal kick here. They want one more point before the half, but Nebraska City is going to deny it. And a physical collision there is going to get Nebraska City a kick here, but they have no time. They need to hurry it up here. 3 seconds to go. Edgar Rui is going to kick it here for Nebraska City, but he needs to hurry up if they want to score a point. Nebraska City, deep kick, going to be headed by Conestoga. Conestoga going to kick it up here. 9 seconds to go. And Conestoga is going to have the ball here. 3 seconds to go in the first half, and that will be it for the first half here as time runs out on the first half. What a first half here. Conestoga up 3-0. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for my halftime report. A little bit of a break in the silence here from me, with a little bit of a halftime report with about a minute 20 to until halftime is over. Conestoga up 3-0, but Nebraska City have been aggressive on the offensive. If they can score a couple of those goals, this game isn't as quite over as it might seem. Now, a little bit about later tonight. We have a doubleheader tonight with two varsity games. This one for the boys, and at 7 o'clock we have a girls soccer game. Even though the game was supposed to be away at Conestoga, Conestoga's field is in fact grass. And we have had some rain recently, so Conestoga rescheduled the game to be here at Pioneer Field. So don't miss that, and don't miss my commentary for that game. And we're going to be right back. All right, Nebraska City going to kick off here for the second half, hoping to recover from this 3-point deficit they have here. That is a lot in a soccer game, but it's not impossible to come back from. All right. So now we're just gonna the referees are going to make sure everybody is ready here, and then we are going to restart that clock. All right. The referee blows the whistle, and the game begins. And now Nebraska City with the ball here, starting out defensive here. And they are going to pass the ball up and get the ball past Conestoga. Nebraska City fast and furious here. And they are almost going to manage to get past Conestoga. But Nebraska City going to play it safe here. Going to try to cross here and get past Conestoga. Nebraska City with a shot, but it's going to hit the field goal post. Julian Rodriguez with that shot there. Another close call there for Conestoga. Mark that as around the third or fourth time tonight they've had a close call. Conestoga with the kickoff here. And they kick the ball past Nebraska City's first line, but the second one picks it up and manages to get the ball out of bounds in order to recoup. Conestoga with the throw in here, managing to get the ball past Nebraska City's defense, and Nebraska City's defense forced to get the ball out of bounds for a Conestoga throw in order to again try to recoup. Conestoga with a throw in here. Nebraska City going to header it though, and Conestoga going to pass the ball out there. Nebraska City tried to header the ball up, and they managed to do it. And Jane Jewell's going to get that and boot it. Jane Jewell with an almost good play there. But Nebraska City, they steal it off of Conestoga. And they're now on the offensive. Nebraska City kicked the ball deep into Conestoga's defense, but Conestoga's goalkeeper going to corral that ball and is going to kick the ball off for Conestoga. With the nice kick there. And now Conestoga is going to have the ball, and it looks like an injured player on the Nebraska City sideline. But that is not going to stop the game or the clock. The ball will go out of bounds. An injured Nebraska City player on the sideline there. And there's going to be a sub coming in. Managing to get off the field, though. Looks like we are going to take a pause here while Coach Glassford and Nutter look at their player. We'll be right back. You gotta be kidding me. Sorry about that, folks. Some technical issues with the commentary. But now we're getting back into it. Conestoga with the ball, and they will try to corral it. But Nebraska City, they're just going to kick it out of bounds in order to recoup. Nebraska City now with the ball. And they almost get it past Conestoga there. Even with two Conestoga defenders there. It took both of them to get that ball under control. Conestoga went to try to get around Nebraska City, but Nebraska City is going to steal it off of them and get it past Conestoga. And now Conestoga's goalkeeper is going to bail him out. Kick the ball far upfield. Nebraska City with the nice header there and the double header there. Nebraska City almost managing to get the ball off of Conestoga. And the ball will go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw in. Let's see if they try to be quick or try to just warm up here. Looks like a sub going to be coming in for Nebraska City.
You learn how to do this. So you have your because I have to open it. Okay. The game at 6.
Nebraska City with the throw in. But Conestoga immediately steals it. And they are now on the offensive. Oh, getting it past Nebraska City's defense there. And they get it past him again. Conestoga continue on the offensive. But Nebraska City finally managed to form up and get it past Conestoga. Nebraska City now on the attack. But Conestoga, they just kick it back to their goalkeeper, who tries to kick it deep. But Nebraska City, they are going to header the ball back into the offensive playing field. And now Nebraska City are on the attack. Conestoga going to try to kick the ball upfield to their offense, but Nebraska City are going to intercept it and are now going to go right back to attacking Conestoga. Going to try to find the hole here. Nebraska City on the attack. Two Nebraska City's players collide with each other, but they are okay. And now Nebraska City is going to kick the ball far up into the sky, and the ball is going to go out of bounds. Looks like the ball did not, in fact, go out. Look, a late ref call there for Conestoga's throw-in. Nebraska City with a big kick up into the sky there. They're going to kick the ball out of bounds. And now Nebraska City is going to have a throw in here. Nebraska City with the throw in. Immediately intercepted by Conestoga. And now the ball is going to be kicked out of bounds again for a Conestoga throw in. And Conestoga is going to try to be quick with it. But Nebraska City's defense is going to stay formed up here and is going to almost get the ball past Conestoga. Now Conestoga, they're going right back to it. Right back to business for Conestoga, but Nebraska City is going to block it and are now back trying to get on the offensive here. Oh, almost managing to get the ball past Conestoga. Oh, some fancy footwork here from Nebraska City. Manages to get the ball past the first line of Conestoga defense. Let's see if they can get past the other. 4 Nebraska City attackers are not enough to get past one Conestoga defender. And now Conestoga is on the attack. Conestoga, fast. Nebraska City try to steal it, and they header the ball out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with the throw-in there. Headering the ball past Nebraska City. And now Conestoga looking for the hole in the Nebraska City defense. Let's see if they can manage to find it. Conestoga with the kick there. But Jaden Jewell, he's going to scoop that ball up and kick it out of here. Conestoga with the header. Nebraska City almost managing to get it past them. Now Conestoga, though, they're back to business and on the attack. The Jaden Jewell is going to simply scoop up that ball. Kick it out of there. Conestoga, though, managing to block that kick from Jaden Jewell. And now the ball is going to be out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with a throw-in past Nebraska City's defense. Conestoga on the attack, and they're fast trying to kick the ball into the goal, but it will be out of bounds. Looks like a sub coming in here for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the throw-in. And now they're on the attack. Nebraska City going fast, trying to get the ball past Conestoga, and they manage to do so. But Conestoga's goalkeeper does a rolling move to scoop up the ball and get it out of there. But Nebraska City is going to go right back on the attack. Now Nebraska City just have to maneuver it past Conestoga, but they will not manage to do it. Nebraska City headers the ball, but it will not get past Conestoga. And now Conestoga are on the attack. Conestoga get the ball all the way past Nebraska City, but Jaden Jewell is going to get there first. And now Jaden Jewell is going to kick the ball sky high all the way past the first row of Conestoga defense, but not past the second, as Conestoga's defense manages to header the ball forward. Conestoga on the offensive here, and they're trying to get their 4th point of the night. The ball will be forced out of bounds by Nebraska City for what appears to be a Conestoga corner kick here. Conestoga, this is exactly what they want with the corner kick here. They might just try to shoot it all the way from the corner. Let's see if they decide to do that. Conestoga with the corner kick. All the way from the corner. They try to header the ball in. But Nebraska City, they header back. And now Conestoga, they have to try to find the hole in this tight Nebraska City defense. They almost managed to do it. But Nebraska City's defense, too tight. Or is it? Conestoga steal it immediately off of them, but Nebraska City block. And now Conestoga, they have to recoup here. Nebraska City, they header the ball forwards. But now Conestoga, they're just going to retreat here. And Conestoga try to cross. But it's going to be blocked by a Nebraska City player. And that player looks to be hurt. There's going to be no stoppage, though, as the Conestoga continue on the offensive. Going to be no stoppage of play here until the ball goes out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. But it looks like an injured player on the field, so we will have a brief stoppage here. We'll be right back. Caleb, you're not unmuted, dude. All right, player looks to be fine. He immediately gets back up there, and now we are just going to wait for the referee's signal. Going to be a Conestoga throw-in here. The Nebraska City players warming up as we prepare to get back into play. Conestoga with a throw-in here, but it does not get past Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the big kick, and Conestoga headers it forward. But Nebraska City gets the ball all the way past Conestoga. The ball looks to be going out of bounds, but Conestoga's goalkeeper is going to get there first and force it out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with the throw-in, managing to get it past one Conestoga defender, all the way past 3. Well, let's see if they can get past the 4th. Nebraska City on the attack, managing to get past 4, and Conestoga forced the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City corner kick. Nebraska City with a chance to score the first point of the game and perhaps start a comeback here. Oscar Gonzalez with the corner kick. Almost managing to get the ball past Conestoga. Mark that down for their 5th close call of the night. Now Nebraska City with the ball here. But that's going to be blocked by Conestoga. And now it's going to be a Conestoga. Now it's going to be a Nebraska City corner kick. Oscar Gonzalez again with the corner kick. Now Conestoga have the ball and kick it far up the field. But Jaden Julie's going to get there first. And he's going to scoop it up. Nebraska City kicked the ball far upfield there. But the ball is going to be forced out of bounds by Conestoga. And now Nebraska City have to be quick here with the throw-in. Nebraska City with the ball. Does not manage to get it past Conestoga. Now Conestoga They have the ball, and they force it all the way up. Conestoga chasing the ball, and now Nebraska City is going to force it out of bounds. Conestoga with a couple subs here. Now Conestoga here with the throw-in. Conestoga with a big kick here, and it will go through the goalposts for the third time tonight. Nebraska City preparing for the goal kick here. Now Nebraska City have the ball. And they're forcing it upfield. Ooh, managing to get the ball all the way past Conestoga's defense. Now Nebraska City, they have the ball all the way upfield. Conestoga trying to recover here. But Nebraska City, they're managing to pass the ball way around them. Now the ball's going to be out of bounds for what looks to be a Nebraska City throw. Nebraska City going to have a sub now. Acevedo. And now ball will be forced out of bounds for what looks to be a Conestoga corner kick. Conestoga goal kick here. Peyton Ludd is going to be kicking that for Conestoga. And it is a nice kick too. All the way past Nebraska City's defense. Conestoga with a chance to score the 4th point of the night. And they managed to do it. Conestoga with their fourth point of the night on a beautiful play there. And that goal is going to go through. And that might just be the dagger that Conestoga needed in this game. As Conestoga score their fourth point of the night. Conestoga up 4-0 against Nebraska City. A comeback is still technically possible here, folks, but 4 points in a soccer game is a lot. Nebraska City with the ball, and they almost managed to get it past Conestoga. But Conestoga's defense managing to stay tight here, managing to get the ball around Nebraska City. Now Conestoga back on the attack, looking for that 5th point. But they will not get past Nebraska City's defense as the ball is forced out of bounds. For a Conestoga corner kick here. Conestoga continuing to be absolutely aggressive in this game. Conestoga with the corner kick here. And they do not manage to get that 5th point. Ball will be out of bounds for a Nebraska City goal kick here. 2 subs coming in here for Nebraska City. One sub is Xander Bradshaw. Conestoga sub is Jude Kinney. And looks like it's going to be kicking off for Nebraska City, but the ball will be immediately gotten by Conestoga. And now Conestoga, they have the ball, and they're going to try to get the ball past Nebraska City. But they will not manage to do so as Nebraska City try to steal it off of them. And they do manage to do so. Nebraska City intercept that pass from Conestoga. Now Nebraska City quickly charging down the field, looking for the 1st point of the night. but they will not manage to do it as Conestoga's defense manages to stay tight. And Conestoga are going to go right back on the offensive. Conestoga forcing the ball past Nebraska City. But Jaden Jewell with the sliding save there for Nebraska City. About 3/4 of the way through this one. And it's 4-0 Conestoga. Conestoga with the ball. That's going to be immediately stolen by Nebraska City. And now Nebraska City's on the attack. Going to try to shoot and score here, but they will not get the ball past Conestoga's defense. Nebraska City with a far shot there. That will be picked up by Conestoga's goalkeeper there. And he tries to throw the ball. Luis Acevedo shot that one for Nebraska City. Nebraska City trying to recover here. But Conestoga, they force the ball immediately past the defense, but Nebraska City steal it out from under Conestoga. Now Conestoga has to be the one to adjust. And they manage to do it, getting it out from under Nebraska City. But Nebraska City, they in turn intercept the pass from Conestoga. And now Nebraska City is on the attack. And they get it all the way past Conestoga's defense. Conestoga have to recover here. Nebraska City trying to be quick and fast. But Conestoga forced the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City. Either a Nebraska City throw in a corner kick. It's going to be a corner kick for Nebraska City here. And it's going to be their chance to get perhaps 1 point. To get a point in this game. Xander Bradshaw is going to be kicking that one for Nebraska City. And it's going to be an alright kick from him. But it's going to be intercepted by Conestoga. Nebraska City with a poor shot. But it's going to be another miss. Just barely. Mark that down as Conestoga's 6th close call of the night. That's going to be Luis Acevedo with the almost goal there for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball here, and they're going to be on a fast offensive. They're trying to get the ball through, but the only thing that's going through is the goalpost for the 4th time of the night. Conestoga sub is going to be Grant Asaric. And now Conestoga with the goal. Tesaric. My apologies for the pronunciation there. Nebraska City with the block. And it's going to be a goal off of that. What a play from Nebraska City. Julian Rodriguez with the goal there. And it will not be a shutout for Nebraska City. What a play there. Conestoga's goalkeeper didn't quite manage to get that one. And now the score is Conestoga 4, Pioneers 1. This game is not over yet, folks. Nebraska City could still very well make a comeback. Nebraska City with the ball and a newly invigorated offense. Let's see what they can do. Nebraska City passing the ball far upfield, but Conestoga is going to get it. And now Nebraska City have to recover here. Getting the ball past one Conestoga attacker, but will not get it past the second. And Jaden Jewell will scoop that one up. Jaden Jewell kicks the ball high up into the sky, and the Conestoga attacker will not manage to corral that one. Nebraska City managing to get it around Conestoga here, and Conestoga need to get that ball. But Conestoga is going to force the ball out of bounds. Let's see who the throw-in is for. It's going to be for Conestoga. Conestoga had the ball, but now Nebraska City is going to get it off of them. It's going to be it looks like it's going to be a trip on Conestoga there. And now Nebraska City is going to get a kick from about the 42-yard line. Nebraska City quick on the kick there. And they managed to almost get the ball past Conestoga there. But Conestoga, they managed to corral it and juke the Nebraska City defense. Now Conestoga have to be quick here. as Nebraska City wants to be aggressive after getting that point earlier. Nebraska City with the ball and a beautiful pass upfield. Oh, and getting the ball past the Conestoga defense. And now Nebraska City with the ball deep in Conestoga's defense. Chance to score the second point of the night and perhaps begin the true comeback. Nebraska City with a far shot, but that's not going to get past Conestoga's defense. And now Nebraska City have the ball deep into Conestoga's defense, but Conestoga is going to force it out. And now Conestoga have the ball, but Nebraska City steal it out from under them and force the ball back up the field. Back and forth brawl here for Conestoga. Conestoga have to stay strong here if they want to win. Conestoga's defense deflects once again, and Nebraska City try to kick it deep, and Conestoga's defense will force the ball almost out of bounds there. But they do, in fact, force it out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with a throw-in. They're going to be taking their time here up 3. Conestoga with a header. Does not manage to get past Nebraska City. Nebraska City on the attack. But Conestoga managing to stay solid, but does not get it past Nebraska City. Now Nebraska City with the ball in Conestoga's defense once again. Can they score? Conestoga, though, managing to stay a solid brick wall against Nebraska City and forcing the ball upfield. Conestoga getting the ball all the way past Nebraska City's defense. Jaden Jewell is going to get there, though, and it's going to be him with the kick here soon. About 13 minutes here to go. Jaden Jewell with the kick. And it bounces off the Conestoga defender there. But Nebraska City is going to end up with the ball. Now Nebraska City with the ball. Conestoga, though, managing to get it. But Conestoga make a critical mistake. And now Nebraska City have the ball. Nebraska City does not manage to get it past Conestoga. Now Conestoga going to kick the ball deep into Nebraska City's defense. And the ball bounces off the Nebraska City defender. Conestoga on the attack. But now Nebraska City is going to have it and managing to keep it in bounds there. Nebraska City force the ball past Conestoga. Conestoga, they have one defender versus one Nebraska City attacker. Do not manage to get it past Nebraska City's offense. And now Nebraska City deep in Conestoga's defense, but Conestoga managed to get it past Nebraska City. But now Nebraska City, they have the ball off of the pass from Conestoga. And now they get it past Conestoga off the steal. Nebraska City with the ball. Deep shot, but it's going to be blocked by Conestoga. Now Nebraska City have the ball and are getting physical. But Conestoga, they brush him off and force the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with the throw-in. And they managed to get the ball past. They're going to try to get the ball past Conestoga here. They do manage to do it, but it will be out of bounds. Right, that was a shot by Juan Acevedo there. Almost managing to get it past Conestoga, but it will be a goal kick. Conestoga with the big goal kick there. Getting the ball all the way past Nebraska City's defense. Conestoga back on the attack for their 5th point of the night. But the referee's going to signal no offside here on Conestoga. And it's going to be a Nebraska City kick. Nebraska City, deep kick here from them. Bounces off Conestoga with the block. Nebraska City with the ball. Getting it all the way past Conestoga's defense, but that will not get into the goal. Xander Bradshaw managing to shoot that one. And now Conestoga having a sub here come in. Carson Honecker coming in for Conestoga. Nebraska City stealing it off of Conestoga. But Conestoga managing to stay solid on the defensive side. And now Nebraska City, they have to do something here with about with about 10 minutes left to go. Conestoga forcing it deep into Nebraska City's defense, but Jaden Jewell's going to get there first and kick it high up into the sky. But Conestoga is going to be there. Conestoga tried to pass, but the ball is going to be forced out of bounds from a rather physical move from Conestoga. But it's going to be a throw in for Nebraska City. Looks like it's going to be a redo for that throw in as the referee did. Looks like it's going to be a kick instead for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with a deep kick for getting past one Conestoga defender there. But will they get past the rest? Getting past all of Conestoga's defense, but it's going to be out of bounds. Julian Rodriguez with that attempted shot there. Conestoga with the goal kick here, taking their time. And why not up 4-1? Conestoga with the ball here. And they are forcing it deep into Nebraska City's defense. Nebraska City going to try to pass here. But it's to no avail. And now Conestoga, the ball is going to be out of bounds. It's going to be a Nebraska City throw-in here. Looks like a sub coming in here for Nebraska City. Luis Acevedo coming in here for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with a throw-in. Trying to get it all the way past Conestoga's defense. They managed to do it. Now Conestoga have to recover here. They will not manage to do it. There are 3 Nebraska City attackers right there. Now Nebraska City on the attack. Deep in Conestoga's defense. The nice pass there from Nebraska City. Nebraska City deep in Conestoga's defense with a shot. But it is not going to go into the goal. It will instead go through the goal post for the 5th time tonight. Julian again for Nebraska City. Conestoga with the goal kick. But the ball will go out of bounds for Conestoga. And now Nebraska City lightning fast on the throw-in. Trying to get the ball upfield, but the ball will be out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with the throw-in. And it's a beautiful 1-2. Do not manage to get it past Nebraska City's defense, though, as they will steal it off of them. Nebraska City headed the ball forwards. But Conestoga, they say no. And they header the ball almost past Nebraska City's defense. Conestoga kicked the ball forward, but the ball will be out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Conestoga have to recover here. They do not manage to get the ball past Nebraska City, though. As Nebraska City will not manage to get the ball off of Conestoga, and they will have to retreat, passing the ball back to the defense. Now the defense passes the ball back up. And now Nebraska City have the ball in Conestoga's defense. Managing to get the ball all the way past Conestoga's defense. Will they manage to get the ball before it goes out of the top? They will not. And it will be a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga coming in with a throw-in. Conestoga with the throw-in. Immediately intercepted by Nebraska City as they force it out of bounds. Conestoga. The throw in, but Conestoga mess up, and now it's going to be a Nebraska City throw in, and they're going to be quick about it too. The ball bounces off of Conestoga's defense, and Nebraska City forces past them. Nebraska City now with the ball, and it's deep in Conestoga's defense. The chance to shoot and score, but it will not be as Conestoga steal it off of Nebraska City, and the ball will be out of bounds for a Nebraska City corner kick. Nebraska City with the corner kick and the chance to maybe score one more point. Nebraska City with the goal kick. Conestoga the header. Nebraska City managing to almost get the ball in there. Mark that down as the 7th close call of the night for Conestoga. And the ball is out of bounds for a Conestoga goal kick. Now there's going to be maybe there's going to be a coach here on the field. Looks like it's going to be a Conestoga player that's going to be escorted off the field by his coach. And there's going to be a sub coming in for Conestoga. All right, now Conestoga with the goal kick here. And about 4 minutes left in the game. Still technically possible for Nebraska City to make a late game push, but it is statistically improbable here for Nebraska City. Nebraska City deep pass there. The header there from Conestoga. But Nebraska City, they intercept. Conestoga! Oh, but it's Nebraska City blocking. Now Nebraska City on the attack here. And now, oh, they almost had it there. Now Conestoga has the ball deep in Nebraska City's defense, but Jaden Jewell, he's going to get there first. And he's going to roll the ball out quick to Nebraska City's defense. Conestoga not ready for that play. And now Nebraska City have the ball. And they're going to force past Conestoga's defense. Nebraska City on the attack. Conestoga's goalkeeper, though, going to get there first. And now Conestoga have the ball. And it's their turn to go on the attack. Conestoga on the attack here. And Nebraska City is going to steal that from them. Conestoga have to pass it back. Conestoga with the ball. Passing it around. Looking for the hole. Conestoga fast on the attack, but a physical collision there is going to trip both players up. And now Conestoga is going to have a kick from around the 25-yard line. Might just try to go for it from here. Conestoga, big kick. But Jaden Jewell is going to get that one. Now Jaden Jewell is going to kick it deep. And almost past Conestoga's defense. Conestoga, though, manages to stay solid and force the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw. Nebraska City, though, going to be very fast and is going to force Conestoga to header the ball out of bounds. Conestoga with the ball, but Nebraska City is going to corral it. And they get it past Conestoga. Will get it past one Conestoga defender. Will they get it past two? They managed to get it past two. Nebraska City with the ball deep in Conestoga's defense. They advance all that way only to backpedal. And now Conestoga have the ball. And now they're forcing it upfield. Minute 38 to go. Conestoga with the ball way deep in Nebraska City's defense, forcing it all the way past them. Jaden was going to get there. And the Conestoga player hurdles him. An impressive way to avoid a collision there. Conestoga with the ball. And they will manage to get it past Nebraska City's defense, but the ball will be corralled by Nebraska City's defense and shot all the way up the field for a throw-in for Conestoga. About a minute left in the game for Nebraska City. And Conestoga are still relentless in their attack. Conestoga with the ball. And they're looking for their 5th point of the night. But Jaden Jewell says no. 4 is enough. And now he's going to kick the ball out of there. But now Conestoga are right back to business. And are still relentless in their attack. And now Conestoga is going to get it from deep. Or are they, as Nebraska City defense deflected? And it's going to be a throw-in for Conestoga. Conestoga, though, taking their time with the throw-in. Draining the last few seconds off the clock for Nebraska City. 10 seconds to go. And it's looking like it's all over here from Nebraska City. The final score will not be 1-4. Nebraska City with the last seconds of the game. They're going to try to shoot and score. Nebraska City will not manage to do so, though, and the game will be over. The score is 1-4, and the game is over. There will be a girls' soccer game at around 7 o'clock, so if you want to stick around to watch that, feel free. But for now, we'll be right back.
not joking. When this camera moves. Why is it so stiff? That's us stiff. Why would you? Why is it so stiff? Arm. And then he's like, Jason? And I was like, you want me to turn back on? Told me you were gonna go in. Like, I screamed at him about that.
All right, welcome back, folks. For those who are just tuning in, we have an exciting match today. It'll be the Nebraska City Girls Soccer team versus Conestoga Girls Soccer team. Nebraska City 0-5 on the season, 3 total goals, all 3 in their last game. Looking good in the last game. Did not get a win though. Conestoga 2-3, and there, from what Coach Dewey told me, their coach gets them to attack on set pieces really, really well, which means they run really good corner kicks and free kicks. I will be your commentator for tonight, Micah Schimmel, on the mic as usual, and I am ready. A couple other notes I was told by Coach Dewey. It's going to be a pretty even game. A lot of people playing in different positions today after the red card last week. We will be right back, though, as the national anthem will begin to play in about 20 seconds. I will be right back.
For your cooperation, and good luck to both teams. We would also like to thank athletic trainer Brett Smith for all of our athletic training needs. Starting for Conestoga, number 1, Kaylee Truffles. Number 2, Scout Nielsen. Number 3, Maya Kelly. Number 6, Lily Tilford. Number 7, Lillian Harlow.
All right,
Number 8,
folks.
Ella Kegels.
As Conestoga's starting lineup is
Number
announced,
10, Jasmine
I will
Esposito.
prepare for this game. It is a beautiful night for
Number
some
11,
soccer,
Kinsley Peters.
and I am ready to go. And I will announce
Number
Nebraska
13,
City's
Mercy
lineup
Titus.
here soon enough.
Number 19, Piper Gutierrez.
Just as soon as
And at 0, Morgan Stone. The Cougars are
As
head coached
Conestoga's
by
lineup
Antonio
is
Yost
done.
and assisted by Jen Mandeville and Zach Zimmerman. And now for the starting lineup for the home
All right,
team, the
Nebraska City's lineup.
Pioneers.
Let's get to it. They have
Number 1,
Olivia
LaRue.
LaRue. They got number 2,
Number 2,
Zoe Steckenholtz. Number 3, Maisha Oggs. Number 5, Kendall Cathell. Number 7, Nina Fulton. Number 12, Araceli Flores. Number 13, Adeline Wigington. Number 21, Jocelyn Crispin. And number 23, Carly Peterson. In the last game, Kendall Cathell had all of the points, and Nevaeh Percy was taken out due to a controversial red card and a questionable one at that. But there's no time to focus on that. We have to focus on the present. And as the game prepares to start, we will be right back. All right, Chloe Roush in the goalie spot for Gonzalez tonight. Looks like she is out due to an injury. Hopefully she does good for the Pioneers. But the Pioneers will kick off first tonight, and it's going to be an intense game here against Conestoga. And in just a few seconds. And we're off. Nebraska City with the ball. And they're already upfield. Nebraska City on the attack deep in Conestoga's defense, but the ball is going to go out of bounds for a Conestoga throw in. Conestoga with a throw in. And they try to pass the ball, but the ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a Nebraska City throw in now. Nebraska City with a throw in now. Taking their time, looking for the hole. Smart play here from Nebraska City. Does pay off. They get past Conestoga's defense, but Conestoga's goalkeeper is going to scoop that up. Adeline Wigington tried to get that shot out, but it did not go through. Conestoga now with the ball. But Nebraska City's going to try to steal it off of them, but Conestoga manages to stabilize and get the ball out. Conestoga with the ball here. Nebraska City almost managing to get the ball out from under them. A physical collision there. Now Conestoga with the ball. Now you have to be careful here. Oh, Conestoga super aggressive here. Almost managed to get them past every single Nebraska City defender. For Nebraska City managing to stay solid. Now Conestoga. They pass the ball up. And it's past Nebraska City's defense. But Nebraska City managed to stabilize. And they get the ball past one Conestoga attacker. And the ball is picked up by Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball now. And they get the ball all the way past Conestoga's defense. Conestoga's goalkeeper is going to come up. And she's going to get there first. And is going to pass the ball out of bounds there. And that'll be Stone, the goalkeeper, in net for Conestoga. Nebraska City with a throw-in. And the ball is going to go way out of bounds for now a Conestoga goal kick. Now it looks like Stone is going to be the one kicking it out of the goal for Conestoga. Stone with just a simple pass there, and it looks like it pays off. But Nebraska City has the ball now, and they are deep in Conestoga's defense. Conestoga kicked the ball up, but Stone is going to be the one that corrals it for Conestoga. And now Conestoga got the ball. Only one Nebraska City attacker around. Conestoga passed the ball around. Nebraska City playing it smart though, covering the holes. And now Nebraska City have the ball off of the nice block. But Nebraska City, they try to pass. And now Conestoga have the ball. But it's a 2v1 here against Conestoga. But Conestoga, they don't care. They're getting the ball past two defenders right now. But the third defender for Nebraska City comes through and gets the ball out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with a throw-in. And now Nebraska City, they're just going to force the ball out of bounds for another Conestoga throw-in, attempting to regroup here. Conestoga now on the offensive. Can they score? Conestoga make the ball go out of bounds here. And it looks like it's going to be a Nebraska City goal kick. Nebraska City with the goal kick. And it looks like it's going to be Chloe Roush coming out for the goal kick for Nebraska City. Oh, never mind. She's going to hand the ball off to one of her teammates. Nebraska City with the goal kick. And it is going to be a nice pass and a header for Nebraska City. But Conestoga, they intercept it. And they're now back on the offensive. Back to business for Conestoga. But Conestoga, they mess up and now they have to pass it back. Conestoga have the ball. They get it forward. But they don't get it that far forward. And now Conestoga, they are not prepared as they try to pass it. But Nebraska City, they intercept it. Now Nebraska City makes the ball go out of bounds, and now Conestoga is going to have another throw-in here. Conestoga with the throw-in doesn't manage to quite get past Nebraska City's defense, but they still have the ball. Conestoga almost managing to get it past Nebraska City's defense, but it's going to be a Nebraska City throw-in. A close call there for Nebraska City. That could have been a shot on the goal. Conestoga need to be more careful. Conestoga with the header. The ball goes out of bounds for another Nebraska City throw-in. It's going to be a Nebraska City throw-in. Conestoga intercept the pass. But the ball is passed up far up the sideline. Ball is going to be out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga now with a throw-in. It's going to be headed by Nebraska City. But Conestoga end up with the ball. And they're now charging. Conestoga, the pass. And it's a nice one, too. They pass it back up. Now Conestoga, deep in Nebraska City's defense. 2v1 here for Nebraska City. And then, a physical collision there for both sides. Let's see who comes out with the kick here. Looks like it's going to be Conestoga here with the kick from around the 4-yard line. Conestoga might just try to shoot it from here. Conestoga, the chance to score the first point in just the first few minutes of the game. Late Nebraska City player coming in. Conestoga with the shot. Denied! Conestoga is denied the goal. And now Nebraska City is going to have a goal kick. Nebraska City with the goal kick. Immediately stolen by Conestoga. But Nebraska City, they steal it back. And now try to pass it up, but it will be gotten by Conestoga. Now Conestoga pass the ball all the way up through Nebraska City's defense. Conestoga with the ball, but Chloe Roush manages to intercept it and now is going to boot it beautifully to Nebraska City's defense. And now Nebraska City is going to be the one on the attack on Conestoga's side of the field. Conestoga, though, almost immediately ends the Nebraska City attack. And they do. Conestoga now back on the offensive. But it doesn't last long as now Nebraska City is going to kick the ball to Conestoga's side of the field, who would then header it back to Nebraska City's side of the field. Now Conestoga with the ball. But Nebraska City, they're going to force it out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with the throw-in. Almost past every Nebraska City defender. Now Nebraska City going to force the ball out of bounds for another Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with a throw-in. Going to be blocked by Nebraska City. And now Conestoga on the outside of Nebraska City's defense trying to break in. But Nebraska City is going to force the ball even further outside. Now Conestoga is just going to force the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with a throw-in. Forcing the ball all the way past Conestoga's defense. Nebraska City on the attack. Deep in Conestoga's defense. They slide. And now Nebraska City with the pass. It's going to be a goal for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the amazing goal there. What a shot. And the ball, and that will be a confirmed goal for Nebraska City, their 4th of the season. Now Conestoga here with the kickoff. And they're going to play it a little bit more defensively, but the ball will go out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with the ball here. Immediately intercepted by Nebraska City and kicked deep into their defense again. Nebraska City back on the attack. Conestoga out to corral it, and they're just going to kick it to Stone. Now Stone with the pass. Now Nebraska City steals it off of them, and they're deep in the defense. Conestoga, though, is going to try to pass it up, but there's nobody there. And a collision is going to cause a Nebraska City throw-in. Or a Conestoga throw-in, should I say. Nebraska City intercepts the throw-in from Conestoga. But Conestoga getting physical here. And now Conestoga has the ball, tries to pass it up, but it's going to be blocked by Nebraska City. And then Nebraska City, they header the ball forward. But Conestoga's there, and now they pass the ball up. But Nebraska City, the big kick, and now the ball's back in Conestoga territory. Conestoga with the ball. Have to be careful here. Managed to get the ball past Nebraska City's attack. But Nebraska City, they're going to force the ball out of bounds here for a Conestoga throw in. Conestoga with the throw in. Intercepted by Nebraska City, but Conestoga end up with the ball. But the ball is going to be out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw in. Looks like there's going to be a sub here for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with a throw in. It's going to be a missed opportunity there. And it's going to be another throw in for Nebraska City. But Nebraska City ends up giving the ball away to Conestoga here. Conestoga now with the ball. And there's two Nebraska City defenders there managing to get through, but it will not be a good pass for Conestoga. Now it's going to be a throw-in for Nebraska City. Conestoga defenders grouping up here. Nebraska City might just try to throw it to the outside here. Get around all these Conestoga defenders. Instead, they throw it right into the Lions' den, though. And that does not end up working out for Nebraska City. Conestoga with the throw and immediately intercepted by Nebraska City. But it's going to be called as a handball on Nebraska City. A definitely questionable call there from my perspective. But now Conestoga is going to end up with a kick around the 28-yard line. Conestoga might just try to shoot it from here. Conestoga, though, pass it. Immediately gotten by Nebraska City, but Conestoga ended up with it anyways. Conestoga with the ball deep in Nebraska City territory. Chance to score here. But Nebraska City gets physical and forces the ball out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with a throw-in here. Much less dangerous than a kick. Nebraska City with a header. Conestoga returns with another one. Conestoga with the ball, with nowhere to go with it. Nebraska City now with the ball. Conestoga, they try to cross, but it's going to be ending up with Nebraska City with the ball now. Cougars with the ball now. Now they're going to try to get through, but Nebraska City forced the ball out of bounds. Nebraska City with a throw-in. Conestoga, pardon me. Conestoga now with the ball, but there's nowhere to go. Two Nebraska City defenders right there. Conestoga, though, managing to split them both. And now they have the ball, but Nebraska City, they end up with it. And now Conestoga still having the ball deep in Nebraska City territory, but Nebraska City pass it up. One Conestoga attacker left, and now Nebraska City forced the ball into Conestoga territory. Conestoga have to recover. Nebraska City have to continue to be aggressive. Conestoga are now forcing the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. And Nebraska City might want to take their time or be quick. Looks like it's going to be a sub, though, for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the throw-in, immediately blocked by Conestoga. Conestoga now with the ball. But Nebraska City, they immediately intercept the pass and try to pass the ball forward. But Conestoga's right there. Conestoga with the ball now. They pass the ball up. And they continue their momentum. But Nebraska City immediately intercepts it. Only for Conestoga to hit and force the ball upfield. Conestoga with the ball. Driving deep into Nebraska City territory. But Nebraska City just forced the ball up. And now Conestoga have the ball again. They try to pass it forward, but Nebraska City is right there. Nebraska City try to cross, but they're not fast enough, and the ball will go out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with the throw in, immediately intercepted by Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball, kicks it immediately through the legs of Conestoga, and then they steal the ball off of Conestoga to boot. Nebraska City with the ball, try to pass, but there's nobody there. And now Nebraska City drive the ball deep into Conestoga territory. Conestoga need to recover. Nebraska City just needs to steal the ball off of Conestoga. And then Conestoga, though, make the ball go out of bounds. And it's going to be a Nebraska City throw in. Going to be a sub coming in here for Nebraska City. Kendall Cathell coming in for Nebraska City. She was their top scorer last game. For ID Morales. Nebraska City with the throw in. And they end up forcing the ball out of bounds for another Nebraska City throw in. Nebraska City with the throw in and the header. Nebraska City with the ball. Two Conestoga defenders right there. But they're forcing the ball through. But Stone, their goalkeeper, the third defender, stays tight. And now is going to boot the ball deep into Nebraska City's defensive line. It's going to be Conestoga with the ball. Nebraska City immediately steal it off of them. And now they kick the ball upfield, but Conestoga right there. But Nebraska City kick the ball deep again. But there's no one there, and the ball will go out of bounds for a Conestoga goal kick. Stone gonna be here for the goal kick. Immediately intercepted by Nebraska City, but they end up paying the price though, as Conestoga is going to end up with a kick here. Conestoga here with the kick. Just going to do a simple pass here. And it might be just what they need. Conestoga with the ball. But Nebraska City is going to steal it off of them and kick it upfield. But Conestoga going to be right there. And now they have the ball and kick it upfield. But it's going to go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Going to be a sub coming in here for Nebraska City.
Let's play name that player.
Nebraska City with a throw-in here. And the ball is forced out of bounds by Conestoga. Looks like the ball will go onto the field here for just a moment. And the ref is going to signal for them to grab that. Now Conestoga here with a throw-in. Going to be quick with it. But Nebraska City headed the ball right up. And they header it again. Nebraska City managed to force the ball forward. Conestoga with the pass. And it's a nice one too. Conestoga with the ball. It's a 2v1 here. And Nebraska City end up with the ball. Try to pass it forward. But Conestoga has it. Now Conestoga, they pass the ball back. And they're trying to maintain control here. But Nebraska City, they force the ball forward. And now they pass it up. Nebraska City with the ball. Deep in Conestoga's defense. They're going to cross. Nebraska City with the ball. They have the chance to score again here. Deep in Conestoga's defense. But Conestoga, they're forcing it back. And now it's going to be an offside on Nebraska City. After the offside, Conestoga here to kick off just halfway through the first half here. Nebraska City up 1-0 against Conestoga. Conestoga with the ball. And they're going to kick off, just going to do a simple pass here. Smart play there. Conestoga with the pass right through the Nebraska City attacker's legs. Conestoga, though, managing to intercept the pass from Nebraska City. Nebraska City, though, steals it right off of Conestoga and is driving up the field. Nebraska City, fast. But are they fast enough? They are not, as Conestoga forces the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with the throw-in. Throwing it backwards this time. But Conestoga's goalkeeper Stone is just going to intercept it and immediately kick it. Conestoga managing to get the pass, but there is nobody there for Conestoga. And now Conestoga, they have the ball and they pass it up, but it's not going to be a complete play, as it's going to be a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City throw it in. Oh, a physical collision there for both, but there will be no penalty. Nebraska City with the ball. And Conestoga have to recover here. Conestoga with the ball now deep in Nebraska City's defense. They pass the ball. Conestoga have to get there in time. And they do. Conestoga now with the ball. But it's going to be a 2v2 here for Conestoga, and they cannot manage to do it. Nebraska City kick the ball up, and they're going to get there. Nebraska City have the ball, but it's immediately intercepted by Conestoga and forced out of bounds. And now it will be a Nebraska City throw-in. Neb City with the throw-in here. And Conestoga just immediately kicked the ball out of bounds. Did not like the shape that play was going. Two subs coming in. Just one sub coming in here for Nebraska City. It's going to be a rally for Nebraska City. Araceli looks like. Nebraska City tries to kick the ball up there, but Conestoga end up with it. Ooh, a close call there for Nebraska City, but Conestoga forcing the ball out of bounds for another Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with the throw-in here. Does not manage to get past Conestoga. Nebraska City with the ball. But Conestoga, they have it. And now, but Nebraska City intercepts it. And now Conestoga have to be more careful. Stoga with the ball. Nebraska City steal it right out of them and drive it upfield. Nebraska City with the ball. Are they fast enough though? Nebraska City slide. But Stone is going to be there in time for Conestoga. Now Stone taking her time here, looking for just the right spot to kick it to. And it's going to be a nice kick from Stone. There are going to be 3 Nebraska City attackers right there. And they're going to just pass it back. But Conestoga is going to be right there, forcing it in between both Nebraska City defenders. And forcing it out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with a throw-in. Trying to get around Nebraska City. But Roush is just going to scoop that up for Nebraska City and boot it out of there for them. Going to be right to Conestoga, though. Wasting no time for Nebraska City. The ball is going to go out of bounds, though, for Conestoga. And it's going to be a Nebraska City goal kick. Nebraska City with the goal kick here. Up 1-0. Nebraska City with the ball. Deep in their own defense. Blocked by Conestoga. Nebraska City have to be more careful. Conestoga on the attack. And that'll be intercepted by Conestoga. Conestoga continues on their offensive. Roush has to dive there, but it will be blocked by her. Now Conestoga still with the ball, forcing it past two Nebraska City defenders. But it looks like there's going to be a call here. And it's going to be a late corner kick for Conestoga. The clock will not be reset, though, for Conestoga. A very late corner kick call there from the referee. Conestoga with the corner kick. That's exactly what they want, too, as they are good at corner kicks. Chaos there. Down there. I can't exactly see what's going on, but it looks like Conestoga has the ball, and they almost got a goal there. But Nebraska City is going to end up forcing the ball out of bounds. They collectively wipe their brows. And now it's going to be a Nebraska City throw-in. What a save there from Chloe Roush. Nebraska City. Oh, intercepting the pass from Conestoga. But Conestoga still managing to pass it up. Now Conestoga on the offensive once again. Pass the ball back. And they try to pass the ball forward, but it's going to be blocked by Nebraska City. It's going to be another Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with the throw-in. But Nebraska City is going to force it out of bounds again. And it's going to be a sub coming in for Nebraska City. Looks like Zoe Stuckenholtz coming in. Conestoga with the throw and immediately intercepted by Nebraska City. It looks like it's going to be an offside here on Conestoga. And that will stop their offensive most likely. Nebraska City can pass the ball all the way to the right. There's only one Conestoga defender there. And Nebraska City do exactly as I predicted. Nebraska City with the ball. Try to pass it up. And that works too. Nebraska City with the ball. But it's going to be... Looks like there was an offside call from the ref. But nobody noticed it. So Nebraska City will get off scot-free. Now Nebraska City with the ball deep in their own defense. Try to kick it up, and it will be a successful kick there from Nebraska City. And Conestoga try to force it out, but Nebraska City to kick the ball back up the field. Conestoga, they end up with it. They pass. They pass again, back up. And then they try to pass again, but Nebraska City, they block it, and they kick it upfield. Conestoga have the ball. Nebraska City, they intercept it. Nebraska City are faster than Conestoga, and now they have the ball and possession of it. Nebraska City juke the defense. They pass. Nebraska City has the ball. Nebraska City has the ball, but it's going to be an offside on Nebraska City. So close to getting a goal there for Nebraska City. Now it's going to be Stone kicking it for Conestoga. Tries to pass. Immediately intercepted by Nebraska City. Nebraska City on the offensive and super aggressive. Nebraska City are faster, but Conestoga forces it out of bounds. And it's going to be a Conestoga goal kick here with just about 10 minutes left to go in the first half. It is 1-0 Pioneers. It is still anybody's game. Conestoga with the kickoff there from Stone. They have the ball. Going to try to force it past Nebraska City's defense. But Nebraska City getting physical, getting aggressive. Past the referee. A nice duck there from the referee. Nebraska City with a deep kick. But it will miss the goal and the goal posts. Adeline Wigington with the shot there. Conestoga with the goal kick there. And it's going to be a nice one there as Conestoga is driving the ball up the field. And they're going to get it past one Nebraska City defender, but not past the second one. Conestoga have to be more careful this time. Have they learned their lesson from last time? Let's see. But Nebraska City intercepts that ball, and it's going to look like it's going to be a Conestoga kick here after a penalty of sorts. Conestoga with the kick from around the 50, probably just going to pass it. They do indeed. Now Conestoga with the ball. There are a lot of Nebraska City defenders there, ready for that play. Now Nebraska City with the ball, trying to force it past Conestoga, and they managed to almost do so. And the ball will go out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with the throw-in. That'll be intercepted by Nebraska City. Nebraska City forced the ball all the way past Conestoga. Nebraska City on the attack. And they have the ball. Nebraska City are faster. And Conestoga, they forced the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City are going to try to be fast here. Conestoga grouping up, though. Nebraska City throwing it up. And they do not manage to get it past Conestoga's defense that time. Conestoga with a nice pass. And an even nicer one to follow up. But Nebraska City is going to intercept that pass. Now Conestoga have to be more careful. Get 3 Nebraska City attackers versus 1 Conestoga. And ball is going to go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with a throw-in. And across the field. Nebraska City with the ball. And they managed to pass it up here. Nebraska City with the ball. They pass it. Nebraska City has it, but it's not going to be... They're not going to be quite quick enough to grab that one. And it will be a Conestoga goal kick here for Stone. Stone's trying to psych out the defense, but just as a pass there. Whoa, a physical collision there from Nebraska City. And looks like the Conestoga player is going to get back up there. And it'll be a Conestoga kick. Conestoga with the kick. They have the ball. But can they get it past Nebraska City's so far tight defense? They will not. It will be another collision. And it looks like it's going to be a Nebraska City kick this time. From about the 35-yard line. Nebraska City... Oh, nope. Looks like it'll be around the 32-yard line. Nebraska City might just try to shoot it from all the way from here. Can't exactly see who's kicking it from up here, folks. But they will try to just pass it. Nebraska City have the ball here. They pass, but they're not going to be fast enough to intercept that one, and it will go out of bounds. For a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga fast on the throw-in. But Nebraska City are right there with being physical again. Conestoga have the ball after the steal from Nebraska City. Passing it around, trying to find the hole. Conestoga, though, are going to be stolen from by Nebraska City. And Nebraska City force the ball all the way upfield, and it's going to be another Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with a throw in. And they have the ball. That's not going to get past Nebraska City's defense, who will simply pick it out of there right to Conestoga. But can they corral that ball? It looks like they will manage to do so. Kick it back upfield. But wait, Nebraska City, they block it. And Conestoga managed to come up with it. But Nebraska City have the ball. And a physical collision there will end up with a Nebraska City throw-in. Or a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with a throw-in. Conestoga end up with the ball, but Nebraska City steal right out from under them. Nebraska City on the attack, and they get it past the goalkeeper. Oh, but an unfortunate collision there for Nebraska City ends up with a stone save for Conestoga. Now Conestoga with the kickoff, way past the intended receiver of that kick, so it'll be a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with a throw-in. And they have the ball deep in Conestoga's defense, but Conestoga, they ended up with it. And they force the ball way upfield, but it won't get past Nebraska City's defense, who end up with the ball, pass the ball upfield, but there's nobody there. So now Conestoga has the ball, and they force it upfield. Conestoga get the ball, pass way past them. And Nebraska City are getting physical here. Conestoga, though, staying patient. But Nebraska City are not patient. They are impatient. They have the ball upfield, way past Conestoga, and it will be Conestoga that ends up with the ball here. Looks like a Nebraska City player down, but the play will continue. Oh dear. A Nebraska City player down. Let's see if she will look to get up. And she does. She looks to be okay as she walks slow. Oh, nope. She stays on the field here. There will be no break here, as there are about 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Nebraska City, big kick there, all the way past Conestoga's defense. But Conestoga just force it out for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with a throw-in. And they get the ball almost past Conestoga. And Nebraska City end up with it. Nebraska City forces the ball past Conestoga. Nebraska City on the attack. But Stone is going to make another save for Conestoga. Stone with the kick. Immediately intercepted by Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball. And they have control. Nebraska City almost forcing the ball past Conestoga. But it's going to look like it's going to be a kick for here for Nebraska City. Clock continues to run. Time running out here on Nebraska City to score another goal. From around the 19-yard line, Nebraska City might as well just go for the goal right here. Not that far out from it. It is a serious option for Nebraska City. Let's see if they try to go for it. Nebraska City with the kick, but it will be a miss. 40 seconds about here for Conestoga to score 1 goal before the half, but it will be out of bounds. Nebraska City on the attack. They are fast and furious, but will be forced out of bounds again for another Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with another throw-in here. Conestoga, though, ends up with it. And Nebraska City tries to steal it out from under them. Nebraska City with the ball deep in the game. 17 seconds to go for Nebraska City. But Conestoga will end up with it, and it will be out of bounds. Nebraska City, though, have the ball. 9 seconds to go. 8. 5 seconds to go for Nebraska City, and the half will be over. What a half of soccer here, folks. Nebraska City up 1-0 in an absolutely intense game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Albania? No, that's Albania is Eastern. It's like up to Greece. Oh, they speak Greek? No, they speak Albanian.
All right, coming in with my halftime report here. Nebraska City up 1-0 against Conestoga, and they have been rock solid on defense. A couple close calls for them, but otherwise, they have been really good. They've had some good offensive plays, and if they can convert at 1 or 2 more goals, that could be the deciding factor in this game. But Conestoga, they've been aggressive. They just haven't gotten any points yet. It is lightning close. Stick around for the second half because it's going to be tight. We'll be right back.
No, I don't like Sprite. No, you have to put Red Bull vodka or.
Back to it. Sorry, folks, some more technical issues there. But oh my gosh, Nebraska City's right on the attack. But Stone is right there. Now, Conestoga is on the attack. Well, they're trying to get on the attack, but it will be blocked by Nebraska City. Now, Conestoga is going to have another throw in here. And it will be intercepted by Nebraska City. And Nebraska City is going to end up with the ball here. But Conestoga is going to end up here after the bad pass from Nebraska City. But Nebraska City is going to attempt to steal it off of the Conestoga, but they will not quite manage to do it. Conestoga here with the ball. Almost had the ball stolen off of them again. But they will drive the ball up and out for a Nebraska City throw in. Nebraska City with the throw in. And Conestoga almost ends up with the ball, but Nebraska City drives it forward. Conestoga driving the ball deep into their own defense, and they drive the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw in. Nebraska City with a throw in here. Nebraska City with a throw in. And it's a good one, too. They drive the ball deep into Conestoga's defense, but Conestoga's right there to form a wall. And Conestoga forced the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw in. Nebraska City with the throw in, but do not quite get it past Conestoga this time. And Conestoga forced the ball up. Conestoga have the ball here, forcing the ball past Nebraska City, but Nebraska City is going to be able to recover and almost get the ball past Conestoga. Oh, they almost. They're getting very close to getting the ball past Conestoga's defense here. Forcing the ball backwards. Nebraska City has the ball, passing the ball around, being smart with it, getting the ball all the way past Conestoga's defense, but Stone is going to be right there to get it. Stone with the kick. And it was almost a good one. But Nebraska City is going to end up with the ball trying to pass it forward. But Conestoga is going to get that. 50-50 here for Nebraska City. And they end up with it. They win the coin flip. Now Nebraska City has the ball, forcing it all the way past Conestoga's defense. They're going to be faster here. Will Nebraska City end up with their second goal of the night? No, Conestoga trips up Nebraska City. And it looks like the referee is going to signal a penalty here for Conestoga, or it will be just a corner kick. Let's look what looks like it's going to be. That's what it looks like it's going to be. Nebraska City with the corner kick. They could end up with their second point of the night here if they play it smart. Nebraska City taking their time. Oh, a sub coming in here for Nebraska City. Avery Thornton coming in for Nebraska City. Nebraska City ends up with the ball off of the corner kick. Conestoga forces it forward, though. Now Nebraska City, they have to recoup the ball here, and they do manage to do so. Now Nebraska City have to force it forward, but they instead force it out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Nina Folt forcing the ball out of bounds there. Nebraska City with the ball here. Oh, and the ball forced out of bounds after a physical collision there, and it will be a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga, after the throw-in, do not end up with the ball. It will be Nebraska City with it. They pick the ball up, but it will go nowhere. Nebraska City with the ball. Conestoga try to steal it off of them, but Nebraska City kicked the ball way up there. And now Nebraska City with the ball, but they slip. Nebraska City now in trouble. Conestoga with the ball, trying to tie the game up. But Nebraska City say no. They drive the ball up the field. And now Nebraska City have the ball deep in Conestoga territory. Nebraska City going to be faster. The opportunity to score a point. Nebraska City. But Stone is going to be right there once again. Now she will kick it out. That would be Adeline Wigington there with the shot attempt. Nebraska City gonna end up with the ball here, but they are not going to manage to do anything with it as Conestoga are now on the attack, and it's going to be almost a wide open field for them. Nebraska City need to recoup here. Oh, and a physical collision there. Conestoga getting physical with the shot, but Chloe Roush is going to end up with it, and she is going to kick it out of there right to Conestoga. Conestoga now with the ball, and they are in prime position to perhaps fire off another scoring attempt. The ball is going to go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with a throw-in here. Gotta be careful here. Don't want a Conestoga goal with their thin lead. Nebraska City with the excellent throw-in and an almost excellent follow-up. But they end up with the ball anyways and almost force the ball past Conestoga. Conestoga with the ball. attempt to pass, but they don't get there. Now Nebraska City trying to steal the ball off of Conestoga. They don't manage to do it, and it will be a Nebraska City throw in. Interesting call there from the referees. Looked like a Conestoga throw in to me. Conestoga with the ball. And they're getting it past Nebraska City's defense, but Nebraska City managing to come up with it. Now Conestoga, though, with the ball. And Nebraska City steals it right off of them. Almost managing to force the ball past the Conestoga defense. But the Conestoga defense manages to block it. Now Nebraska City almost ends up with that ball. And it looks like it's going to be a Nebraska City kick here. Nebraska City could go back on the attack with this one if they manage to kick it deep. Carly Pearson kicking it here. Oh, and it won't get past their own player. Nebraska City with the ball tries to cross, and it will go nowhere. Conestoga is going to end up with the ball here, and it is going to be in Nebraska City's defense. Oh, and they pass. Now Conestoga on the attack team in Nebraska City's defense. Conestoga almost managing to score. Now Conestoga, though, ball is out of bounds. Nebraska City with a throw in here. Managing to force the ball past Conestoga. Ball kicked high up into the air. Almost past Conestoga once again. Oh, they do get the ball past Conestoga this time. And now Nebraska City's on the attack. Conestoga going to get there, though. Can Nebraska City win this? But it looks like Conestoga will force the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw in. Nebraska City now with a throw in. Nebraska City throws in the ball past Conestoga, and Conestoga has to force the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City corner kick.
Yo, hey Caleb, should we put up a baby? Huh? Or put up a little chair bait gate for the balls. Right.
Now Nebraska City, the chance to score once again comes up for them. Can they do it this time? Nebraska City with the kick, and that's going to go nowhere. It'll be a Conestoga goal kick here in just a sec. Conestoga coming up here with the goal kick. Conestoga with the kickoff here. Managing to get past one Nebraska City defender, but they force the ball out of bounds. Do not like how it looks. And now it's a Nebraska City throw in. Nebraska City want to be fast here. Ooh, and a nice throw in there. Let's see if they can follow up. Nebraska City managed to follow up. And they almost get it past all of Conestoga's defense. Conestoga after the kick there. Now Nebraska City. Oh, they almost managing to get it past Conestoga there. But Conestoga needing to wrangle the ball here. And they force the ball out of bounds. And it looks like there's going to be a sub for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the pass. Oh, Nebraska City charging deep, and it will be Stone who stops the ball. And it's almost stolen out from under Nebraska City with the ball. Now it'll will be Conestoga with a throw-in. Conestoga, the header. They kick the ball high up into the sky, and it'll be Nebraska City that ends up with the ball. They kick the ball deep, but it'll be intercepted by Conestoga. Nebraska City, though, ends up with it, and they kick the ball deep into Conestoga's defense. Nebraska City charging deep. Conestoga, though, forces it out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City throws it in, crosses, and past the Conestoga defender, high up into the sky once more. And it'll be Conestoga's defense that ends up getting it here. But Nebraska City forces it deep again and kicks it out of bounds for a Conestoga goal kick. Conestoga's very own Stone coming in with the goal kick. Nebraska City perhaps forcing her to kick it deep here. And it looks like that is in fact what they intended her to do. See if Nebraska City's strategy pays off. It will, as Nebraska City ends up with the ball. And now Nebraska City charging deep into Conestoga's defense once again. And they are getting physical out here. Nebraska City wants that second point tonight. Nebraska City with the ball, but the ball is forced, almost forced out of bounds. But Nebraska City will instead try to cross, and that will go horribly wrong. As Conestoga are now on the attack. But Nebraska City steal it out from under them. And now Nebraska City is the one who's on the attack. And they force it all the way past Conestoga. Nebraska City. Oh, but it'll be an offside on Nebraska City. So now Conestoga is going to end up with the kick here. Conestoga with the kick. And it is not a great one as Nebraska City immediately ends up with the ball. Conestoga, though, ending up with almost a good play. Nebraska City back on the attack. They pass. They pass again. Almost past Conestoga, but Conestoga forces the ball out of bounds once again. Wait, no. Oh, they do force the ball out of bounds. Almost thought for a second there it wasn't going to go. Now, two Nebraska City subs coming in. Adeline is in. Did not quite catch the number on the other one. Conestoga passes it up, but it does not work. Nebraska City going to end up with a throw-in here. Nebraska City ends up forcing the ball out of bounds there. And now Conestoga is going to try to throw it in here. And that will work. Conestoga on the attack. They're deep in Nebraska City's defense, but they will not manage to get it past them. It will be a throw-in for Conestoga. Conestoga trying to be quick here. Trying to get that point that they desperately need. They're forcing the ball back into their own defense. Conestoga with the ball. Passing it around, trying to find the hole. They almost manage to do it. But Conestoga will still end up with the ball. And now Conestoga has it. Conestoga deep in Nebraska City's defense. Conestoga almost ended up with a goal there. But it looks like it will be a Conestoga throw-in here shortly. Conestoga with the throw-in. But it's way past any Conestoga offensive player. And it will be a Nebraska City goal kick. Conestoga with the goal kick here. I mean, Nebraska City, pardon. Nebraska City with the ball. And they're charging at the field. Way past Conestoga. Nebraska City with the ball. They have a chance for a goal, but it will be another offside on Nebraska City. And Nebraska City will end up with another offside. And Conestoga will end up with another kick here. There'll be an offside on Adeline Wigington there. Conestoga with the kick here. All the way back. But they are going to get the ball past all three Nebraska City defenders, but it will go out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with a throw-in. Playing it safe. Forcing both Conestoga attackers forward. But Conestoga is going to end up with it. But they make a critical mistake, so now Conestoga has to force the ball back. Now Conestoga, they have to do something. Conestoga does not end up doing anything, and now Nebraska City is going to end up with the ball, and they're going to make a beautiful pass. But the second pass, not so. Now Conestoga ends up with the ball here. And Nebraska City, a physical collision there. And now Conestoga has the ball deep in Nebraska City's defense. They try to pass, but there's nobody there. And the ball goes out of bounds. For what will be a Conestoga corner kick here. This is exactly what Conestoga wants, as they are really good in corner kicks. This could be Conestoga tying up the game. Nebraska City needs to keep that defense as tight as they have been keeping it all game. Can they do it? Conestoga with the kick. And that will go out of bounds. Oh, it will not. Nebraska City has the ball, though, and it did go out of bounds, turns out. And it will be a Nebraska City goal kick. Nebraska City with the goal kick. Immediately intercepted by Conestoga. Conestoga has the ball deep in Nebraska City's defense, but it will be immediately stolen by Nebraska City and forced out of bounds. Another close call there for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball, and now they're charging up the field. The referee jumps over the ball. An athletic move there from the referee. And the ball goes out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Nebraska City with the ball. And it's now Conestoga with the ball deep in Nebraska City's defense. It is so intense. It has been 3/4 of a game so far, and it is still anybody's game. With about 19 minutes and 48 seconds to go, it's still anybody's guess who's gonna win it. Nebraska City's defense to stay tight, but Conestoga is on the attack. Who's it gonna be? Nebraska City deflects the ball, and Conestoga tries to pass. It will be a successful one. Conestoga hit the ball up, and it will be through the goal post, but not into the goal. Nebraska City with the goal kick. Conestoga have the ball now. And they force the ball outside. But Nebraska City almost ends up with it. Whoa. Conestoga. A close call there for Nebraska City. But now Conestoga have the ball again. In control of it again. Nebraska City steals it off of Conestoga and is now driving up the field. Nebraska City forces it upfield. And it's going to be an offside again on Nebraska City. Their third one in a row. They just can't get past Conestoga without getting an offside. Now Conestoga going to be here with an offside kick most likely going to go back on the offensive. Conestoga with the kick there. Nebraska City deflects it. It's going to go out of bounds for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga going to come in with the throw-in. And the header from Conestoga. Conestoga with the ball deep in Nebraska City's defense. Nebraska City going to force the ball out of bounds for a Nebraska City goal kick. Nebraska City with the goal kick here. Nebraska City with the goal kick in such an intense and important game. Intercepted by Conestoga. Nebraska City have the ball. They try to pass it up, but Conestoga intercepts it. And now Conestoga, they have the ball again. Deep in Nebraska City's defense again. But Nebraska City, they're going to deny Conestoga here. Conestoga, though, have the ball. They try to shoot it from far, but it will go out of bounds. For a Conestoga corner kick. Conestoga here with the corner kick. Might just try to shoot it from the corner at this point. Deflected by Nebraska City and shot out of bounds. It'll be another Conestoga corner kick. Conestoga with another corner kick. And that'll go far out of bounds for another Nebraska City goal kick. Nebraska City with the goal kick. And it is almost a good play here from Nebraska City. But Conestoga will maintain control here. Or will they? Nice drive from Nebraska City. And it'll be all the way past Conestoga. Nebraska City with the ball. Deep in Conestoga territory. They're finally back on the attack. Nebraska City have the ball. Conestoga gonna try to force it out of bounds in order to recoup. But Nebraska City, they still have it. Conestoga getting physical. And they force the ball out of bounds. Nebraska City finally back on the offensive. Nebraska City with the throw-in. Nebraska City have the ball deep in Conestoga's defense. And they maintain control. Conestoga forces the ball out of bounds, though, for another Nebraska City throw-in. And it looks like a sub coming in here for Nebraska City. Nina Fulton coming in for Avery Thornton there. Nebraska City forces the ball past Conestoga's defense. That's exactly what they want to do. And now they have the ball. Try to do a long cross there, but it will not work. It will not get past Stone. Nebraska City tries to shoot it again, but it will not work. The score stays 1-0. Nebraska City with the ball here in their own defense. Oh no, Conestoga driving forward. But Nebraska City, they have the ball. But it'll be Conestoga who gets it off of them and forces almost out of bounds there. Nebraska City with the ball. Force the ball out of bounds once again for a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with the ball now. And they have control. They're on the attack. Conestoga trying to get a goal here, but the ball will be gotten by Nebraska City. Nebraska City steal it off of Conestoga. Nebraska City with the ball here. But Conestoga is going to end up with it. And the ball will be out of bounds for what looks to be a Conestoga throw-in. Conestoga with the throw-in. It will be intercepted by Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball, forcing the ball upfield. It will be out of bounds for another Conestoga throw in. Conestoga with the ball, and it will be out of bounds. It looks like a sub coming in here for Nebraska City. It will be a Nebraska City goal kick. Nebraska City with the goal kick. Conestoga has the ball though. And they might try to shoot here from deep. But it will be intercepted by Nebraska City's defense. And it will be shot out there. Conestoga have the ball, but it will be driven out by Nebraska City. Nebraska City now with the ball. And they're going to try to drive it up the line. And that's exactly what they'll try to do. Nebraska City with the ball. But Conestoga headed the ball high up into the sky. Oh, now Conestoga though, they have the ball, and it is tight. But Nebraska City's defense says no. They force the ball all the way past Conestoga. Nebraska City on the attack once again. They have a chance to score again. Nebraska City with the shot, but it won't get past Stone. Conestoga the pass. Conestoga trying to get it past Nebraska City. They won't manage to do so. Nebraska City with the pass. And they pass it all the way past Conestoga's defense again. They'll have to be stoned to intercept it. It will go out of bounds for a Conestoga goal kick. Nebraska City have to be ready for this Conestoga goal kick. Conestoga with the goal kick. And it will be a good pass from Conestoga. Oh, but the second pass will not be. The follow-up was not great. And now Conestoga are in deep trouble. They will have to get that ball out of here. Conestoga have the ball, but what will they do with it? Conestoga going to try to get the ball upfield. They get the ball past all the way past Nebraska City's defense. Nebraska City's defense has forced to get the ball out of bounds. What a tight game we have here, ladies and gentlemen. Just about 10 minutes to go, and it is still 1-0 Nebraska City. It's still anybody's game. Let's see who comes out on top. Conestoga with the shot, but it will be intercepted by Chloe Roush. And kicked out of there high to the sky, past Conestoga's offense, and to Nebraska City. And now Nebraska City has the ball.
Concession stands will be closing shortly.
And now Nebraska City has the ball. They're going to try to get it past Conestoga. They almost managed to do so. But the ball will be forced out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. A sub coming in for Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the ball. Forcing the ball all the way past Conestoga. But they will not get there. Nebraska City with the ball. And the chance to score another point, but Conestoga say no. They steal it off of Nebraska City. Nebraska City steal it back and drive it past Conestoga. Nebraska City with the ball. Chance to shoot and score. They will not manage to do so. The ball will be out of bounds for another Conestoga goal kick. Conestoga, the goal kick. Conestoga got the ball, but the ball is still theirs. Conestoga, though, ball's forced out of bounds by Nebraska City. Nebraska City with the throw-in. Conestoga. The ball's forced past him, and it's a Nebraska City throw-in. Conestoga in trouble. This could be it. Nebraska City scores here. This might be the game. Nebraska City with the pivotal throw-in. Intercepted by Conestoga. Now Conestoga has the ball. Conestoga driving up the field. Nothing to stop him. Conestoga driving and continuing to go and go. But it will be an offside on Conestoga. And now Nebraska City is going to have a goal kick. Olivia LaRue going to be kicking here. After the Harley Peterson's going to be kicking. Excuse me. An error there. Big kick from Nebraska City. All the way past Conestoga. All the way past Conestoga's defense. It will have to be Stone to stop this ball. And she just tries to pass it forward, but it won't get past Nebraska City. Nebraska City on the attack. Gets it past. Now Nebraska City only one defender left, but that defender will stay defending. And it will be out of bounds for a Nebraska City corner kick. Nebraska City with the corner kick here. 1 point. That's all they need to tie up this game. And tie up, I mean, tie it up. Oh my goodness. Nebraska City. Oh, what a close call there for Conestoga. And it'll be a Conestoga goal kick here. And they'll kick it off.
No.
Conestoga, the pass, it'll go out of bounds. For a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City, quick throw-in. Almost all the way past Conestoga there, but it will not get past them, and Conestoga headers it forward. But Nebraska City, they intercept it, and they get it past Conestoga this time. Nebraska City with the ball, but Conestoga intercepts it, and the ball is forced out of bounds by Nebraska City. And it will be a Conestoga goal kick here. Conestoga taking the time with their goal kick here. Trying to line it up. Maisha Oggs checking in here for Nebraska City. For Heidi Morales. Conestoga getting physical. They're forcing the ball out of bounds. 5 minutes left to go in the game. And it is still anybody's game. If Nebraska City's defense can stay tight, they will win it 1-0. But it looks like they want to go back on the offensive. Oh, Conestoga punishing this though. And driving it all the way past Nebraska City. But Nebraska City managing to recoup. Conestoga with the ball. And the chance to tie it up. Conestoga, the long shot, and it will be picked up by Chloe Roush.
Let's go, guys. 5 minutes.
Chloe Roush with the big kick, and it's almost past Conestoga. But now Nebraska City have the ball, and it looks like a trip there on Conestoga. So now it will be a Nebraska City kick, and this will drain time off of Conestoga's clock. Nebraska City, the kick. And it's all the way past Conestoga. Conestoga had to force it out of bounds for another Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City, gonna be fast. Gonna be furious with the throw-in. Nebraska City, the kick. Oh, and it's all past Conestoga. And Conestoga force it again out of bounds for a Nebraska City throw-in. Nebraska City with a throw-in. But Conestoga have it. Now Conestoga driving up the field. They have time. They have a little bit of time left. Tie it up. Maybe force overtime here in Nebraska City. But Nebraska City not gonna let that happen. Now Conestoga drive it further up the field. But Nebraska City going to stay calm, going to stay collected, and Conestoga forces the ball out of bounds themselves in order for a Nebraska City throw in here. Nebraska City with the throw in, and it's past them, but it looks like it's going to be a handball on Nebraska City. Oh dear. This could be disastrous for Nebraska City. A kick for Conestoga all the way from the around the 20-yard line, just on it, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Conestoga could score, but it's Nebraska City's defense who holds firm. Or is it Conestoga on the attack? Nebraska City trying to save it. Chloe Roush doesn't manage to get it. Conestoga still has a chance, but it'll be out of bounds. Nebraska City wipes their brows for another close call. 2 minutes to go. Ella Tegels shot that one, and it was a close one, folks. Nebraska City almost managing to steal it off of Conestoga. But now it'll be a Nebraska City throw-in here. And with about a minute 30 to go, they just need to drain time off the clock. And attacking will exactly do that. Conestoga with the ball, though. And they have control. Driving it up the field. But it will be a Nebraska City ball. Conestoga drive the ball deep into Nebraska City defense, but it will be out of bounds. Oh my goodness, I have never seen such a close game, folks. A minute left and Conestoga is still in this game. It's a Nebraska City goal kick. They need to cinch up the game. The score 1-0. Can they do it? Nebraska City, the goal kick, intercepted by Conestoga. Nebraska City trying to force the ball out. Conestoga says no. They want more of this game. They want overtime now. They're not aiming for the win. They're aiming for overtime. But Nebraska City, they're trying to force it out of bounds. Who is going to win in this tug of war? It's Nebraska City. And they force it out of bounds for a Nebraska City goal kick. Wasting time off of the clock. It's going to be a Conestoga corner kick. Conestoga with the corner kick. They miss. And now Nebraska City is going to force the ball out of bounds. That might just be the game. 8 seconds to go for Conestoga. 5 seconds. No urgency from Conestoga. They don't have time. It's all over in Nebraska City. And Nebraska City will conquer Conestoga 1-0 and get their first win of the season. A celebration by Nebraska City, and what a close game it was all until the end. 1-0 NC. What a game. Both sides aggressive. Both sides playing for keeps. And I've got to say, it has been the most intense game I have ever witnessed of soccer. Conestoga and now the girls come over to say thank you to everybody for attending today's game. And then what a special game it was. One person out due to a red card, one person out due to injury, and they still won against Conestoga. What a game. What a broadcast. I have been your commentator, Micah Schimmel, on the mic, and this is me signing off.